welcome to Real Estate with Ryan on a Saturday edition. Glad to be in the studio with you. You guys may have a little snow, maybe a little cold out there. That's okay. We're talking a little Real Estate with Ryan, closing down 2021. 2022 is here, guys. Believe it or not, whether you're ready for it or not. Hard to believe that the year went so quick. I know we just got off a conference call and everybody was all excited. They had the year-end goals. And I said, man, I'm just trying to get over 2021, the hard push that my team and everybody here at Hometown Realty really put together. So I thought it was just a pretty cool environment. Our team was laser focused to close out 2021. And I hope everybody had a great new year. I know we missed a couple of shows with you guys, but we were working hard, helping a lot of clients and making things happen. So hope everybody's doing well. Hope you're off to a start of 2022 with excitement and joy. Hope everybody's doing healthy. And again, if you're tuning in the first time, maybe in the radio, or you're new to the area, my name is Ryan Coleman, owner, founder of Hometown Realty. And we're in this little show called Real Estate with Ryan, where we talk a little real estate, no politics, just fun stuff, talking about the local market, what's going on in your backyard. And we try to bring you the up-to-date information in the real estate market to kind of help you make the best decisions. And I always say, listen, if you need an agent, I know a good team that we can help you, man. We got your back. Proud sponsors of the Vols. How about those Vols last night? They pulled off a close win, and they came out in the clutch in overtime. So good win versus Ole Miss. Glad to see the Vols out there, packed house. So let's go. We're going to have a good show for you guys. We're going to talk about a couple of things. Obviously, it's the end of the year, January. December's closed. We're here in January. I had to share some numbers with you. So we got end of the year numbers. My marketing team says we're up 21% versus 2020. 21% in sales up. That's pretty strong. So we're going to go over the whole area, certain counties, give you some idea of numbers, price per square foot, what's the average sales price, and all those things, kind of round off some numbers. Then we're going to talk about kind of where we see in 2022. Where's the market going? Is it a seller's market? We know the Feds came out recently talking about maybe raising the rates. What's that going to do to the market? What's that going to do to you if you're planning on buying or selling in 2022? You know, that saying we've always talked about on the market is, we're always waiting for the market to change. We help a lot of investors and buyers. And the investors in the marketplace say, well, yeah, and of course, we're one of them, right? You say, well, we're not going to buy in that market. We're going to wait till the market comes down. What if it doesn't come down? It just keeps going up. I always go back to the California market. How many people in California where you had that just basic bungalow or small house that was $500,000, right? 900 square feet, maybe it's a 2-bedroom. And now that's, doubled in value, almost $1 million for 900 square feet in certain parts of California. So, East Tennessee, Knoxville as a whole is one of the most conservative areas in the country, very moderately priced. When the market changes, you'll see areas like Florida, Las Vegas, Atlanta, hot markets that are close to us on the East Coast, they could change 20 to 32% in 1 year. Well, East Tennessee, we're, so hovering about 10%. This year we're up 20%, but as a whole, we're pretty conservative on the numbers and pricing of homes. I think we'll get into that today. But to think that we're just going to keep going down may not happen. So what I would encourage you to do today is if you're thinking about buying in 2022, I tell everybody there has to be a reason, whether you're buying that investment property for long-term gain or you're moving for more space for your family, or maybe you've got that 2-story home, the kids have kind of grown out of it and they went to college and it's just you and the wife, empty nesters. And now it's time to kind of enjoy life, maybe get a little traveling in. So a condo's in future for you, maybe one level living. It just really depends on your needs in the marketplace. I can tell you probably 2022 will never be a better market than 2021, either or. I think the last 24 months that we've experienced in real estate has been really good. Now, there's always going to be a challenge in the market. And that's one of the biggest things that we have to understand. Whether you're in a buyer's market or we go back to the market crash where it was a buyer's market, not a seller's market, it's going to be one of the two. So a seller's market, obviously, there's multiple offers. It's hard for the buyer. The biggest challenge that we face now is as a seller in the marketplace. I was talking to Nick the other day. As a seller in today's marketplace, finding something that makes sense, finding the right price. And the challenge is we're all overpaying for everything. We just had to buy some end of the year stuff, and it's all overpriced. Some of the inventory in the real estate market, I'm out there, it's overpriced. But that's where the market is now. And the question is, we go back to that need and want, what makes sense for you guys now? I know the interest rates, regardless of what the feds are projecting for 2022, is some of the lowest that we've ever seen in over a 40 or 50-year decade. I go back to this. I say it all the time. I think my uncle kind of mentioned it back in the 80s. He goes, Ryan, when I went through my divorce and everything that went on, interest rates were in the 18% range. So we haven't experienced anything like that for a long time. I've been in the business since 1999. Rates were in the 6s, maybe up to the 7s. I believe them maybe going in the 8s, maybe close to 9s, but never experienced high rates like that. So that's a whole nother dynamic once you have interest rates and affordability. And before I get into numbers, let's go to numbers first, but we'll talk about affordability in the second part. And how does the market on financing, how does the regulation of the banks affect the real estate market? I was looking up something the other day, and believe it or not, you would think how many homes are sold, and we'll go kind of start with that in the Knoxville area. The Knoxville DMA sold 2021, 22,528 homes have sold. And what I was asking was, how many of those homes are financed or how many are paid cash? So you look into the investment market, and we talked about some news that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are going to come out, and we'll talk about that in the second half of the show. But what happens is if the real estate market has no change in 2022, right? Inventory is still low. The challenging, it's a seller's market or more of a seller's market. Buyers have opportunity. There may be a little bit slow down in the spring and summer, all right? There may be, right? But what do you do? How many people are not in the marketplace because there's not enough inventory, so their home doesn't come on the market? But then what happens if there's some changing in regulation in the financing? Does that affect, if of 22,528 sales in Knoxville, if let's say 20% were cash, 80% of the market is financed. So any kind of movement within the regulation that the government does, tightening rules, restrictions, that could affect sales, because affordability is everything. Some of our programs, depending on the price range, we have programs for, we're doing 100%, 95%, 20%. We've got a lot of creative products because the market is strong right now. But you have to watch as the market adjusts or there's some uncertainty, right? If there's some uncertainty in the market, who's the first to get nervous? Well, it's the big banks, man. They're nervous. And that's what we'll talk about in the second half of the show. Let's, on this first part, run through some numbers. So we talked about single family in Knoxville up 21%. The average list price in the Knoxville DMA, that's the whole area, guys, is $339,439. All right. Average sold price $337,673. Okay. Not a whole lot of wiggle room for you negotiators out there. Pretty firm. Okay. Now, average price per square foot. Now, keep in mind, just because it says price per square foot, there's a lot of factors go in there, but this is just a kind of a baseline to kind of give you an idea of what things are going for. Each market is different. So $179 a foot. All right. Average days on the market. Biggest question I get. Ryan, is it going to sell in a day? Or we're going to have 20 offers? Is it going to take a month? Is it going to take a couple months? Again, each market's different. Each price bracket's different. We just listed one in Gatlinburg, some new listings we'll talk about on the second half. And we listed it right at Christmas. Builder, he's ready to move. One of my guys, great guy, ready to get it done now. And I said, it's the holidays, my friend. The slowest time of the year. And, we don't have 20 offers. I understand. Not 20 offers. See, that's the expectation for the sellers. 20 offers, sold in an hour. And if you don't, Ryan, what in the world are you doing? What is your team doing? But the reality is there's certain pockets of the market, especially some of the snow things in Gatlinburg, Sevierville that we've gotten, that's going to affect the market. And then, of course, New Year's, right? You got people coming in, and when the property is occupied, you can't get in there. So a lot of these things that are moving affect the market. That's why you need a great agent in the marketplace. You need an expert that's done the volume, the business, that can walk you through, kind of hold your hand and say, listen, hey, it's going to be okay. This is January. It always happens like this in January. All right. So we got condo sales, 1,324. Average price for a condo, about $257. Sold price, $255 for condos, about $179 a foot, and 29 days on the market for condos. Hey, we'll come on a break. We'll talk more about land sales, kind of cover the area, and talk about Fannie Mae's new rule change. Stay with us.
Knoxville and East Tennessee. The region is known for its rolling hills, rivers, and lakes. There's no better place to work, live, or raise a family. Home is where your story begins. Buying or selling your home is a big decision, and you need a real estate team you can trust.
I'm Ryan Coleman with Hometown Realty, your hometown experts. Whether you're buying or selling a home, let us develop a winning game plan for you.
Hometown Realty is East Tennessee's #1 real estate group and a proud sponsor of the Vols.
Your friend promised we wouldn't be homeless.
He promised. He's doing everything to fix it.
You need to call and have him fix it now.
Hey, man.
Found us a house.
No, not yet. Let me call you back. We're working on it.
Ryan Coleman with Hometown
He
Realty.
says he's doing the best he can do, honey.
Well, he's taking too long. I knew we should have gone with Ryan Coleman.
Choosing the right agent is never easy.
Call your hometown experts. We'll take care of all the details and make sure you don't get stuck in a motel. Hey guys, I'm back from the break. Ryan Coleman here, tuning in to Real Estate with Ryan. And we've got a good show for you. 2022, if you're tuning in for the first time. It's a new year. You're with us in the studios. We're recapping 2021. And we're going over some numbers and got some new news for the real estate market and where we go in 2022. Listen, I got some congrats. I get going. I start rambling, so I can't leave out my great people here. Listen, some new listings on 5316 Shipe Road. Catch that one out in Coreyton before it goes. Brand new listing, 260 Circle Drive, producing $150,000 a year. It's in Gatlinburg. That market's on fire. Make sure you check that out. 3715 Cinnamon Way. We just made a reduction on that. Fairly new on the market, right under $2 million cabin, $2 million in Sevierville in the market with an opportunity to sleep 14 in the basement, unfinished opportunity. So if you're looking for an income producing property, make sure you check that out. Congrats to our pendings, Thorn Grove Pike under contract, Sunny Ridge Lane under contract, Fox Lonis Road under contract, Cherokee Orchard Lane, congrats, under contract, and Indian Creek Road contract. And then Regas. We only got I think we're down to 8 left. Regas sold 418. West Bryn Mawr and Oak Ridge, congrats. And Old Long Hollow under contract. I ran through those quickly, guys. Congrats to you guys. Thanks for the trust and opportunity. Proud sponsor of the Vols. And man, your hometown experts. We always got your back. And we're running through some numbers, kind of talking about the year in. So in the first part, we were talking about average price in the Knoxville DMA. If you're tuning in, we got $22,528 for the whole DMA, right? We're up 21%. The average sales price per square foot is $179. Days on the market is 25. My team wanted to let you know that our average is $213 a foot. Our average list price is $454. 209, okay? And we're selling in 14 days less than the competition. So, had to put that in there. So, marketing in real estate 2022, it always comes down to marketing. You know, if you don't have the marketing, yes, it could be a hotter market, but you could leave money on the table. You know, in 2022, just because it's a seller's market, don't leave money on the table because competition is always going to drive the price up. And in this market, you got to be able to solve an opportunity. I've got to list my home, Ryan, but I need somewhere to go. Well, I need somewhere to go, but who's going to solve it? How am I going to buy this one and close on this one because I can't afford both at the same time? We've got you covered. We've got you covered. It always comes down to the expert that you choose, and we're going to help you walk you from start to finish, that heart of a teacher. And remember, our team, it's always about helping you guys. It's never about the sale. It's never about the sale because our goal is helping you for clients for life. And that's why we do this radio show, man. Hope that's why some people listen, man. And I appreciate you guys. Let's get into some numbers on land. We talked about condos, land sales. How about that? Inventory slow? We're going to go build, Ryan. I can't find what I'm looking for. I'm going to go build. 6,649 sales in the market on land. That's pretty strong. Average price, $111,000. Average sold price, $106,000. Per acre, $61,000 per acre. Now, that's could be skewed. We could have smaller lots in subdivisions, but keep in mind, so that's not, you don't use that to price your land. Next call, I'll get a call. I want $61,000 an acre, Ryan. Disclaimer, guys, man. And they're about 87 days on market for land. So if you have land, it can be tricky, but we're looking about probably double the time on the resales on residential property. Let's talk about some areas in our backyard. Hardin Valley, 1,240 sales. Average sales price was $387 and $160 a foot, about 16 days on the market. Let's talk about downtown Knoxville, surrounding area. We had 1,847 sales. Average list price $245. Average sales price about $243, about 25 days on market. Sevierville and Gatlinburg, one of the hottest investment markets in the country. I can't tell you how many deals we just closed here in December. Everybody trying to get in that 1031 end of the year tax savings. We just did one that was a doozy over in Springer. Hey, did we say congrats to Springer? Congratulations to Springer Road. Over $1 million closed for some great clients that were trying to do some creative tax strategy, some cost segregation. We did an article about that. We got that deal done. They were super excited, and our seller was super excited. So congrats to those guys. But let's talk about that market. In that market, there was 1,446 sales as a whole. The average list price was $531,000. Ooh, that's getting expensive out there. And then $524,000 was a sale, average 29 days on market. Anderson County, Clinton County, Clinton in the city, 1,450, $299 list price, $299 sales price, average price per square foot about $148 a foot. So not bad, not bad. That kind of recaps some of the area, what's going on in the market. So let's talk about some news and where we see 2022 is going, and we'll talk about Fannie and Freddie. If you're thinking about buying or selling, obviously you never want to time that. Real estate's timing, and that's what I was kind of talking to somebody about. If you bought a cabin up in Sevierville or Gatlinburg, they're like $100,000 in 2012, 2013. Now they're like $400,000. We got a cabin that we're listing. It's like $500 a foot, $500 a foot. But really, if you go up there, if you ever spend any time up there, you can see that the market's not changing anytime soon. So trying to time the market is kind of like the stock market. You'll never know exactly. The best way to do is get in the market. Just get in the market. If you're going to invest, get in there and make it happen. We know real estate is going to appreciate over the years. Remember, if you're a flipper, that's going to be challenging because you're going to get in the market very quickly and try to time it to get out. So if you get in the market flipping, you definitely need a great agent and to study your market. We expect homes and interest rates into 2022 to raise up to 3.7% by the end of the year. And we know interest rates are historically low, historically. How about never seen prices like this. And the experts are talking about remaining competitive throughout the 2022 year. It says the affordability will increasingly be challenging as the interest rates and prices rise, but remote work may expand search areas and enable younger buyers to find their first home sooner than they might have otherwise. And with more than 45 million millennials, I got some millennials working with me, first time buying between 26 and 35 will fall into 2022 and will enter the housing market opportunity. So what they're saying is with this housing inventory to hit the market and multiple offers to increase, we'll see home prices probably continue to rise, but at a slower pace. So we might not see 21% this year. Okay, might not see 21% this year, but we're going to see a consistent growth. So who knows? Who really knows? You've got all kinds of. You got Omicron, you got this thing, you got that thing going on, man. You got all kinds of things. Keep in mind, real estate is like any other business. It's reflective on the market. And the number one thing that you want to watch on the market on the real estate is if people get nervous on employment, viruses or anything that's happening on the market will cause people to pull back. And when they start pulling back, that's fear. Nobody wants fear. But we go back to the pandemic where everybody was feared. Everybody kind of pulled back. Banks started pulling back. And when you have that, we have all kinds of issues, and that's uncertainty in the marketplace, and the marketplace doesn't like uncertainty. We talk about Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, perfect example of uncertainty. The big lending giant is talking about in April stopping investment property loans. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac. So if you're buying an investment property, you're buying that cabin. Let's say you're buying that first-time investment property. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac is getting out of the market of doing that. They're going to charge, listen to this, as much as 4.125 to the interest rate after April. So effectively, they're not stopping investment properties or that home down in Destin or that vacation home or that investment property up in the mountains. They're adding 4.125 to the rate. So if you're at 3% rate, that's 7.5 just to do the loan. But don't worry. Don't worry. There are two lenders. They are huge, right? We've got your back. If you're thinking about buying or selling or investing in that property, we've got the resources and the lenders that still will get the deals done. So, but that could be a sign that if lenders are restricting in the marketplace, old Fed's getting involved in the real estate. They wouldn't be trying to slow the market down, would they? They're not trying to put a tamper on the real estate market. Could that happen? It could happen. We see it everywhere else. Inventory, lack of shortages. Maybe they're going to slow the real estate market down. That won't stop you purchasing. It's all about product knowledge, right agent, right team, and the right tools to help you with your investment goals 2022. We got you covered. So hope you've enjoyed the show. As always, tune in every Saturday at 11 o'clock on Talk Radio and then News Talk on 98.7 at 1 o'clock. You can catch me on social media, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and we're on TikTok, man. TikTok. We're doing all the TikToks. 2022, I said I'll be on TikTok more, man. So we're doing a little TikTok. Check us out there, and you can catch us on the podcast. Hope you guys have a great week. 693-SOLD or RyanColeman.org. Take care.